The men are now inside the tomb with their flashlights revealing 2 sarcophagi. They're getting closer and closer to one of the coffins when suddenly one of them stumbles over something. "Guys, look at this," he says excitedly. "It's amazing. There's another secret passage right here." The others join him, and they all gaze in awe at the newly discovered secret passage. It looks like it leads straight into the main chamber of the tomb, where 2 stone doors are blocking their way. The inscription above the doors reads, "Beware, only the pure of heart may enter." They know that this is probably just another one of King Tut's traps, but they need to get through if they want to find his treasure. Using a crowbar, they begin to pry open one of the doors. The sound echoes ominously throughout the tomb. As the door swings open, they shine their lights inside and see a staircase leading down into darkness. But it doesn't end there. At the bottom of the stairs, there is a pit of spikes. Whoever designed this tomb wanted to make sure that nobody got past this point, but our grave robbers are not easily deterred. After taking some time to figure out how to cross the pit of spikes, they finally devise a plan. Using the bags of gold they have already looted from the tomb, they weigh them down and toss them into the pit. The gold coins form a sort of makeshift bridge, allowing the men to cross over without getting hurt. They continue on until they come to a large chamber. In the middle of the room is a golden sarcophagus adorned with hieroglyphics. The men have found what they came for, the legendary treasure of King Tut. But they don't know that they have also awakened something ancient and evil. The men start to load up their sacks with gold and jewels when suddenly the ground begins to shake. Rocks fall from the ceiling as the walls of the tomb start to close in on them. They run for the exit, but it seems like the tomb is trying to seal itself off from the inside. One by one, the men are crushed to death as the tomb collapses around them. In the end, only one man escapes with his life. He staggers out of the tomb, barely able to breathe, his clothes torn and dirty. As he looks back at the sealed tomb, he knows that he is the only one who has survived. The grave robbers had failed to heed the warning of the inscription above the door. "Beware, only the pure of heart may enter." And now they had paid the price. Our story today is inspired by real events that took place in 1922 when British explorer Howard Carter discovered the tomb of the boy king Tutankhamun. Carter and his team spent a year carefully excavating the site before opening the tomb to the public. But even after all that time, there were still many secrets that remained hidden. And when one of Carter's colleagues entered the tomb without permission, he accidentally triggered a deadly booby trap. Join us as we explore the mystery of the curse of the Pharaohs and uncover the truth behind the legend. The year is 1922 and the place is Egypt. Explorers have been searching for the lost tomb of King Tutankhamun for decades, but to no avail. Then one day, a team led by British archaeologist Howard Carter makes a breakthrough. After months of hard work, they finally locate the entrance to the tomb deep in the Valley of the Kings. As news of the discovery spreads, people from all over the world flock to Egypt to catch a glimpse of the legendary tomb. Among them is Lord Carnarvon, an Egyptologist and friend of Carter. Together, they carefully open the tomb and step inside. What they find is beyond their wildest dreams. Carter has discovered the lost treasure of King Tut. But as the explorers begin to make their way through the tomb, they realize that it is filled with booby traps and puzzles that must be solved in order to progress. Along the way, they learn about the fascinating life and death of King Tutankhamun. Born in 1341 BC, Tutankhamun was just 9 years old when he became Pharaoh of Egypt. He ruled for 10 years until his death in 1323 BC. His tomb had been lost for centuries until Carter's team made their incredible discovery. As the explorers continue their journey through the tomb, they encounter a series of obstacles that test their courage and determination. But as they solve each puzzle, they also learn more about the ancient Egyptians and their mysterious burial rituals. Finally, they reach the innermost sanctum of the tomb, where they find the mummified remains of King Tutankhamun. But as Carter reaches out to touch the mummy, he accidentally breaks a piece of pottery. This small action sets off a chain of events that will change the course of history forever. Suddenly, the tomb begins to shake and rumble as if the earth itself is angry at being disturbed. Carter and his team scramble to escape as the tomb starts to collapse around them. Just as they think they have made it out alive, they hear a voice that seems to come from the depths of the earth itself. "Beware, only the pure of heart may enter." The voice booms throughout the valley, echoing over the desert sands. From that moment on, strange things begin to happen. People connected to the discovery of the tomb start to die under mysterious circumstances. Some believe that these deaths are simply coincidences, while others claim that they are the result of a curse placed on the tomb by the ancient Egyptians. This curse, known as the Curse of the Pharaohs, is said to be so powerful that it can even affect those who did not participate in the tomb's excavation. But is there any truth to these claims? Or are they just superstitious nonsense? Join us as we delve deeper into the mystery of the Curse of the Pharaohs and uncover the shocking truth. One of the most famous victims of the curse was Lord Carnarvon, who died suddenly of a mosquito-borne illness just months after the tomb's discovery. Others, like Carter's wife, Lady Evelyn, also suffered sudden and unexplained illnesses. Even Carter himself managed to survive the curse. One could argue that he had somehow earned the favor of the pharaohs by treating their tombs with respect. But what about those who had nothing to do with the discovery? The curse is said to have claimed the life of a young girl named Joyce, who was staying in a hotel room above the tomb. She was struck by lightning during a thunderstorm, seemingly out of nowhere. But the most shocking case of all was that of George J. Gould, an American millionaire who became obsessed with the search for King Tut's tomb. He hired Carter to help him find it, but when the discovery was made, Gould refused to share the credit. He even went as far as to declare that the tomb was actually his and demanded that Carter give him half of everything found inside. When Carter refused, Gould was driven to murder. He hired assassins to kill Carter, but they were caught and imprisoned before they could carry out their plan. Gould himself died under mysterious circumstances shortly afterwards, leading many to believe that the curse had gotten to him. But is there really such a thing as the Curse of the Pharaohs? The answer may surprise you. According to some, the so-called curse is nothing more than a hoax created to generate publicity and attract visitors to the tomb. Others believe that it is a genuine supernatural phenomenon that should not be messed with. The truth is that we may never know for sure. But one thing is certain: the discovery of King Tut's tomb was one of the most exciting archaeological finds of all time, and the mystery surrounding it continues to fascinate people all around the world even today. So if you ever find yourself in Egypt, be sure to visit the Valley of the Kings and pay your respects to the boy king. Just remember to tread lightly, because you never know what kind of curses might be lying in wait. Thank you for joining us today. We hope that you enjoyed this terrifying tale of the Curse of the Pharaohs. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe for more spine-chilling stories. And if you have any scary stories of your own, we would love to hear them in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and watch your back, because you never know when a curse might strike.